Dude, I understand that you don't need to attract women anymore now that you're married and stuff, but like, you don't need to like push them away that hard. Like, come on.
Welcome back to NaanSense. I'm your host, Ahmed. Think of NaanSense as a show for dads to open up and talk freely and openly about what it means to be a dad. I'll be joined by two of my great friends, Sajid and Emad, also known as Twiddledee and Twiddledum. We generally have a South Asian flavor on things. We overthink, we overshare, we try to laugh. So yeah, join us for all of this nonsense. What's on our mind? What's going on, guys?
Are you guys having a hard time keeping track of what age you are? I'm like completely losing it with that.
Spot on.
Guys, you aren't that old. I mean,
no,
like,
but I just don't keep
on.
track of it the way I used to.
Legit, my wife's was like, it had me a year older than I actually turned on my birthday. I was just like, no, I'm like, sorry. Like this,
Your wife screwed it up?
Well, because I've been like screwing it up. Yeah. But
I don't believe you for 1 second. Pull up your birth certificate. I know Desis do this shit all the time.
No,
pull it up.
I'll pull up the birthday card.
You can't deport me. I'm ready with this shit.
You bring your passport to the podcast.
I keep this everywhere I go now, dude. You know they're out there. They're coming after us. I keep this.
This is...
And the whole family, for that matter. We're all legit.
Carry your phone, your keys, and your passport with you.
I lose shit all the time. This might be my, third replacement passport.
Yeah. Do you have a purse that you use? A purse?
Oh my God.
I think you're looking at a mirror about the purse thing, Ahmed.
Dude, yeah. Ahmed, you are the king of man purses.
You're the man merce, man.
Yes. All I have to say
Merce
is,
man.
Okay, listen to me.
Dude, there he is.
The Europeans,
Step in,
Asians,
buckle up.
The Europeans, the Asians, they do something right. They have these merces.
Dude, what team are you playing on? Just like figure it out.
They hold all of your belongings. Like it is so logically amazing.
I know.
Right? You have AirPods, you have sunglasses, you have your wallet, you have keys, you have like all these other things. You can put them in there. The Europeans got it right. The Asians got it right. The Americans have it wrong.
Dude, I understand that you don't need to attract women anymore now that you're married and stuff, but like you don't need to like push them away that hard. Like, come on.
Emma's been working on this for as long as I've known him, the merce thing, and it's always died. It'll continue to die.
I've converted two other dads.
Okay.
Two other dads.
To what?
Trevor, shout out to you.
Converted them to what?
Since Trevor, shout out to you. Congrats on your merce. Really
Trevor,
good job.
I'm sorry. This is the worst type of shout out you could have gotten.
Yeah, totally.
Poor guy.
Totally.
Now he's all embarrassed that he.
Yeah. He is scary.
Everyone knows.
He was pretty excited.
He
was pretty excited.
Like, what other repulsive trends exist out there these days?
No,
repulsive trends.
We're capping it. We're capping it there. Today's a really special episode. We have a NaanSense TV dad draft. We'll be getting into the details about what that means, but basically all your favorite shows from the 90s forward and all the TV dads that come with it.
All right, so here we go. 2026 NaanSense TV Dads Fantasy Draft. Here's the game. I have curated a list, 1990s on, of some of the best TV dads. This is not just sitcom dads. We're talking TV dads. Reason we did 90s onward was there's a lot of good stuff in the 70s and 80s, but I figured we all may have seen more of the 90s onward.
I stopped watching TV after the Genie show. The Genie was hot. That Genie, whoo!
So here's what we're going to do. First pick is actually Sajid's. Second pick is Emad's. And third pick is Ahmed's. We're doing a snake draft.
So can we clarify some rules here? What are we picking for?
Like, is it a funny dad? Like, what's the criteria?
Dad I want to be. Dad I think had a great life because they were so neglectful as dads. Like,
or lessons learned on what not to.
You got 5 picks. I think you can pick for different reasons. Pick the dad. Let us know why. And once we have you guys' teams assembled, we will ask our viewers to chime in and rate which team has the best 5 TV fantasy dads.
I've got a question. What if their dad's not on this list that we want?
All right. If you have a TV dad, 1990s onward, that you want to pick, by all means. Only other rule I will say, however, let's stick to TV dads who are actually dads on their shows. I thought Bernie Mac would have been great. but he was Uncle Bernie in the Bernie Mac show, and he wasn't actually a dad in the show.
So father
about,
figures
like-
don't count. Father figures don't count, huh?
I think Cosby Show was pretty big during.
I was gonna ask, where's Cliff?
It's the 80s, right? I also left off the
Yikes.
dad from Seventh Heaven, and you can Google why if you're interested. Did you Google it?
Pedophile, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Oh,
Worse.
worst kind.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so we'll cut
Yeah.
this out of the show.
No, I mean it shows that at least we have some, lines.
All right, so here we go. The first NaanSense TV Dads fantasy draft. First pick is Sajid. Second pick is Emad. Third pick is Ahmed. Here we go, Sajid. You're up.
Bandit Heeler, baby. Bluey.
Oh, no, it's mine.
That guy's killing it. He's
Yes.
killing being a dad out here.
Yes.
My God.
I can't believe you picked Bandit. I thought that would be an easy one for me. Oh, geez.
That is a win. The guy is
It's a good one.
amazing. And he's having fun. And I think he's a trust fund baby because he never seems to be doing any work. They live in a baller ass house that looks like it's straight out of a perfect,
Do your kids
Montessori
read?
meets-
Do
Yeah,
your
amazing.
kids read Peppa Pig books or Bluey books by chance?
My youngest does, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I have I tried to do like an accent. Bluey, is it Australian? Like, what-
Australian.
Okay,
Right?
just because you don't know that, you didn't deserve to
Don't
get
qualify.
Bandit. I'm so
Well,
happy I stole
no.
them from you.
I did like a quick training on the Australian accent. So anytime I read Bluey books, I only read it in Australian accent.
Hold on.
Yes.
The real story
You have an
there is,
Australian
what do you mean
accent?
I did a quick training on Australian accent?
Just
what
like
the
a
hell does
YouTube.
that mean?
Literally, there's like a 5-minute video on how to like come up with a quick Australian accent. And like,
Why, mate?
I
yeah.
thought you did it for some role you're doing,
no.
At
It's just
work.
literally, I was like,
role playing.
Bluey books. I would like to
somewhere
read
else.
them in. But this is a good one. I'm glad you picked it.
Thank you.
Can we get a preview of the Australian accent on the show?
No.
All right,
no.
mate.
Bandit,
hear it.
mate. Uh-huh.
No. What was it like?
That's good.
Is
What
it
was
like
that?
no?
You made sounds.
They say
No.
like
No.
nar.
Yeah,
or something
nar.
like that? Yeah.
Loik instead of loik.
All right, I think I've
All
won
right.
the game. I got Bandit. I
Game
don't
over.
even need the other 4 picks. I
Yeah.
won.
Nah.
That guy's living the best life possible.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you're gonna lose.
And
but
his
it's
kids
okay.
love him. He's got both. It's I want his life
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, Emad, you're up.
Oh, man, I think the obvious one is Phil Dunphy for me. I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
watch Modern
ooh.
Family.
Why are you picking Phil though?
I feel like he thinks like me. I feel like I could relate to that.
Like a dork?
Easy.
Gets caught in precarious situations.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, Phil's
I
great.
feel like that was a great show. I felt like it touched on a lot of good things.
Yeah. I don't really see too many feminine dads on the list. So Ahmed, you might have to go outside of
Yeah.
the roster.
Yeah, huh. Great. Funny guys. I'm going the third pick in the 2026 draft. I'm going with the OG TV dad, Danny Tanner from Full House.
You know what? I thought you were gonna pick Mitchell Pritchett.
So why Danny Tanner? I think he has pizzazz. I think he's cool. He gives lessons. He keeps order and structure, and he's really big on cleaning. I love that. So yeah, first pick for me.
Danny Tanner was amazing. And the little every episode ended with him doing the pep talk, right? The debrief.
Yeah, Pepta. Yeah,
Usually in the
debrief.
bedroom. I saw Danny Tanner, Bob Saget, in real life at
No way.
Yeah, at the
that's
Jerry's
cool.
Deli in Westwood. And did you guys know
Wow.
he's the foulest mouthed, most inappropriate
Yes.
dude out there in real
Yes.
life?
If
And I
you
was
watch
just
his comedy, if you ever watch his stand-up comedy, it is
He's off the wall.
crazy. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
that's funny.
Well,
I
he
guess-
was. He passed away, right?
Yeah, he
think-
passed away. R.I.P.
All right, my second pick. This is a blue collar dad. He works hard, really cares about his family, in particular his teenage son and other younger kids.
Pause.
I'm going with.
Pause. Up till now,
I'm going with.
none of this relates to you.
Yeah.
Blue collar dad works hard.
I'm
really
going.
cares for his family. Is this again alter
3 out of
ego
3
for
failed.
you?
No way. I'm going with Carl Winslow from
Yeah.
Family Matters. He was such a cool dad, always had great lessons. He would always come rushing back from his job as a police officer and yeah, was just always had great things to say. Always really thoughtful.
Massive temper problem though. So there you go. That makes sense.
Team
It
here. There
tracks.
seems to be a theme here.
There's this one scene where Urkel is like driving him crazy and
Yeah.
he's like having blood pressure issues. So then his doctor does this thing where he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. What the hell is bothering me or something like that, right? Like some like breathing exercise. And I think about that because it's so relatable.
I think in the show he was like 39 or
That's
something.
wild. That's wild.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, my little guy is watching this show, so it's top of mind these days.
Top of mind. Okay.
Some good names off the board. Who's up next? Ahmad?
I
Ahmad's
think
up
it's Ahmad.
next. You're muted, dude.
I'll go next.
Ahmad.
I'll pick one that's not here. I'll
Okay.
Ooh.
Marty Bird from. You guys know what I'm talking about? Marty Bird from
Not yet.
Ozark. Ozark? Nobody watched Ozark?
I want to go.
A while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the name.
Is that Bateman's character?
Yeah, Bateman.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, I think that's a. What?
And why are you selecting him?
I just think he's like one of those like he's a dad who's like, oh, I got to do this for the family, but it's like everything just goes wrong, and he's like he has these bouts of brilliance that completely fall apart.
That's so classic, Ahmad. We got 30 names on the board, 26 at this
Yeah.
point, and
Of
he
course.
was too good
Yeah.
for all of them, and he went with
Yeah,
one
too
that was
good.
off the board.
I don't
He's
know
like,
if I
I'm
can go
not
5
doing that.
rounds.
What an
So-
elitist.
Yeah.
Totally elitist.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yes.
It's your turn, Sajid.
You know what's funny, Ahmad? I was honed in on Michael Bluth, same
Yes.
actor, Jason Bateman, Arrested Development. You picked the same actor from a different show, but similarly,
Similar character. Yeah.
it is, right? The world is falling
Yeah.
apart around him. He's
Yeah.
got to keep it cool. He's
Does
dealing
it
with
for,
it, like,
for the family. He, like cares
Yeah.
about the
Mhm.
family.
cares
Yeah.
about the family, and everything's happening in a super hilarious way. Sometimes I literally feel like that character. Like
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like everything is swirling around me, and I'm just like, is this a comedy right now?
Yeah.
And he's like dealing with his teenage son who's so like, awkward, and just that whole show. That is
So
one of my
good.
favorite shows.
I go watch it
ever.
again and again and again.
It is brilliant. It's brilliant. And Will Arnett's character,
Yeah.
amazing. I love
So
it
good.
all. I love it all.
Wait, Michael Bluth. What's the dad's name? What's his dad's name?
There's a scene where the mom is like talking about buying a banana. And she's like, it's a banana, Michael. How much can it be? And it's like she says some ridiculous number like $12. They're just so tone deaf.
George Bluth. George Bluth. is the name of the
George.
dad. Yeah. Charlize Theron is in it. Like it's crazy. Like that's the shit.
Okay, take it easy, big guy. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Take it
Again,
easy.
coming off the board.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, whose turn is it? Who's picking?
We're moving on to round 3. First pick would be you, Sajid.
I like this guy. Bob Belcher. Bob's Burgers is just one of my favorite shows. Bob is really
I've never
weirdly
watched that
relatable.
show. You
Yeah.
gotta watch this.
At first, it seems like he's not, but he's actually like totally relatable because he is holding it down for his family and running this restaurant that's not doing well, but at the same time is doing something that he loves and is passionate about. He's a winner.
Good. Pretty good.
All right, who's on your roster, Ahmad? Back to you.
It's Jim Halpert from The Office.
Jim Halpert from The Office. He's a dad?
Do you remember? They have a kid. They have a couple of kids. And then he's really struggling. I remember that character was not relatable when he had kids when I first watched The Office. And then when I watched it again, like, whoa, very relatable. I think between Arrested Development and The Office. I can't think of another show that's like that good that you could just keep watching again and again. Like,
It's
you can fall
phenomenal. Both
asleep
of those
to.
are phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have Bob's Burgers running in the background here and there, even if I'm working. Like, I love that
Wait,
show.
where do you watch that? Netflix?
I think it's on Hulu.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. It's part of our Disney Plus package. It's one of the few shows I can watch with my oldest as well and not feel too bad about letting him watch more grown-ups, type TV. Ahmed, you're up. Who do you got?
I'm up. Someone that is not on this board.
Here we go again. God damn you guys.
Who remembers the show Dinosaurs?
So good.
Dinosaurs.
I'm the
so-
baby. Gotta love me.
So the dad,
Don't
Max
remember.
Wright Sr., he's kind of like this dumb, like,
Yeah.
just does what's required. But I think his best trait is he really loves his family. He loves his kid. He'll do anything for his kid. But he always tells it as it is. So Max Wright Sr. from Dinosaurs is my third pick.
Nicely done. That's a solid
Cool.
option there.
Hold up. Are you saying the right name?
Probably not. He has no
Is it-
idea.
Yeah, I'm looking at
You
the
just
character
Googled it.
list and I can't.
Isn't that the character?
Max Wright
I mean,
Sr. is
isn't
from
that
Alf,
his-
isn't it?
I think
Mm.
Bradley. Oh wait,
The dad's
don't
name
know
is
if you know
Earl.
What a dumbass.
Isn't the dad Earl Sinclair?
Earl Sinclair.
Yeah, Earl Sinclair. You're right.
You lose.
Yeah. Oops. I lose.
Let's
Earl
figure this
we'll
Sinclair.
out.
add it. We'll add it.
Max
Okay.
Wright Sr. Max Wright
think-
Sr. is
Alf. I think you're right. From
Okay.
Alf.
I want to keep all of this, and I want Emma to lose a player. So he's playing with
Hold
four
on.
on the
Actually,
squad now.
Emma gets a point because Max Wright Sr. is not even the character's name; it's the actor's name.
No,
It's the actor's name.
he just
No,
Googled
but even
it.
the
That's not
even
a
the
point.
actor name is Stuart Pankin. I don't know who that is. So
Yeah,
not sure.
no. Emma loses a player. He's been on the verge of disqualification from the whole game.
And I got to say, the going off the board, you guys are doing a great job. So we will start the fourth round, and Ahmed picks again.
I pick again. Ooh, nice. Okay, let's see. This is a good list. Okay, I think I kind of have to go with George Lopez of the George Lopez show. He's crazy. He's all over the place, and like, it just he
That show
captures
any
the
good?
essence of being a dad. I think a couple episodes here and there. I didn't watch every single one, but I did tune in from time to time, and some it's just over the top, but
If
You
you
know,
grew up in
I
a
think
city,
he captured being a dad very well.
yeah. If you grew up going to school in a city called La Puente, like I did, that show is really good. That show hit because he did these like East LA type bits, and they're hilarious to me.
It was just like very relatable
Okay,
in some ways.
How about
so.
this, guys? For a while there in the late 2000s, early 2000s, I feel like Shah Rukh Khan and George Lopez look the same.
No,
I
dude,
don't think
get your
so.
eyes freaking
No,
checked.
check this
Get
guy,
your
George
eyes.
Lopez.
George
my
Lopez had the big
God.
hair thing going on that Shah Rukh did in the 90s.
Oh,
Exactly.
My God, get your.
But also, we got to
freaking-
give.
get-
Speaking of Lopez show, I love the Lopez show. I thought it was great. And we got to give Sandra Bullock props for getting him on the air. You guys
Huh.
know the backstory there?
No.
No, tell
no,
us more.
please tell us.
Sandra Bullock apparently is the one who discovered George Lopez,
No way.
and eventually got his
Wow.
own show out of that.
I do see the resemblance with Shah Rukh Khan, though. I see it.
No,
Told
Absolutely
you,
not.
When he had
man.
long hair.
Absolutely
When he had
not.
longer hair.
what in the
No.
ABCD whitewashed hell is this coming
No,
from?
no, no.
Absolutely
Emma,
not.
You're just too biased. You got that Shah Rukh Khan boner. But listen to me. In the early days when Shah Rukh Khan was like, before any of his plastic surgery and the makeup, and just a great actor that looked like horrible, he looked like George Lopez.
No way. There's no way. This is absolute like preposterous nonsense.
Next pick is Emad's.
Gonna go with Peter Griffin.
Wow. Off the board again.
Yeah, the board's not doing much for me.
Why Peter Griffin? He's the
Yeah,
biggest
why-
lowlife
why?
ever.
He's just a TV dad that I think is part of pop culture now in a way that can't be ignored. He has
mean-
no filter, says what he's thinking.
Kind of dumb.
Kind
I
of
see
dumb.
the resemblance, Ahmed.
Totally.
Yeah, I do. I do
Yeah.
see the resemblance.
I'll I'll take my next pick since I'm the only one taking this game seriously, it seems, and trying to stick within the parameters of it. I go with Dre Johnson, Blackish.
It's
That
a good
guy's
pick.
pretty dope. That guy's pretty dope.
It's a good pick.
Yeah.
It's a good pick. I'll
Here's
give it
why
to
I
you.
like him. In a weird way, of all the TV dads out there, I think his life is probably most actually like mine. Like he lives in LA, kind of is a minority operating in this really white culture and is trying to find his own, like find out who he is as a dad and somebody. I think he's probably in his 40s through most of that show. So I think he's
Mhm.
actually really relatable.
Okay.
No
I mean,
quip.
I don't
Emma,
have.
no quip about my guy
No.
Dre. Look at you, dude.
I actually like the pick, so it's kind of hard to like,
feel like
you know,
I feel like once we came at
to
you for
beat
the
you
merch, you
down.
just kind of been like a little.
We got him.
Dude, you got me. What can I say?
I
You
got-
know, you murked me with the merce, you know?
The
So
merce. Got you with the merce. I think his lived experience is closest to like actual. I mean, Peter Griffin, obviously hilarious, but like, not exactly our life,
Yeah.
or Bob Belcher or whatever. Anyhow, who's picking next?
watch Ahmed follow up with like, oh, I'm gonna take Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
So starting off the last fifth and final round, Sajid, you would start up again.
Let's start up again. Oh wow.
Ooh.
Okay. Boy, I wasn't ready for that. I keep coming back to Walter White because he's just so damn good as a character, and he just like
He is, yeah.
throws down, and he's the one that knocks. Like, who doesn't want to be that guy?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going
He's
Walter
a
White.
He's a
Breaking
teacher at
Bad.
first. Totally. I like that one.
Okay.
Who's got it next?
Pretty good.
Imad?
All right. I'll go
Let's say
next.
Homer Simpson and get on with
Yeah,
it. We
let's
know.
No, I feel like I do have a recency bias, though. I feel like another one that was pretty big during the 2010s, for at least for those of us watching Game of Thrones, was Ned Stark.
Ooh. Never watched the show, so I've no
Never
idea.
watched the show.
That's an amazing one. Yeah. I read that book, watched the show, I was all in, and Ned Stark, oh man, that's a
Yeah.
gut punch. That's a gut punch
Yeah.
one right there. Yeah.
I won't ruin it for you, Ahmed, but you got to watch the first season.
I'm never gonna watch it. So
Never gonna
thank
watch
you.
it. Wow. Okay.
He becomes the king and he wins everything.
Nice. Nice. Like that. I like that. Am I next? Is this the last pick?
Last pick.
Pick.
Homer Simpson.
Ooh.
There we go.
Take it home.
You know, like Homer Simpson's good for a couple of reasons. I'm not picking him, but he's good because he's like the most famous, right? Like he's known
Yeah.
by everyone worldwide,
Yeah.
right?
And we know your vein, so I think it makes
Yeah.
sense.
It makes sense. It makes sense. No, I'm having a hard time with this. I'm kind of torn.
American
between
Dad.
two.
American Dad's another one.
No,
What's that
I actually liked Louis Huang from Fresh Off the Boat. That was a really good show.
Oh.
I liked his character. He was like very practical. But then I also kind of like Jay Pritchett from Modern Family. You know, he's just
Jay
kind
is
of
good.
like
Yeah. Wholesome guy.
in your face, you know, just kind of nice guy. Let's go Fresh Off the Boat.
Oh, that's a great pick. I've kind of been glazing over that one, but dude, that guy, the actor, what's his name? Is it Randall Park? That guy's awesome. He's like
He's so talented.
He's
So
so
talented.
funny. Oh man.
Nothing you would know about being talented.
None of that
so.
stuff. No, that's why I can't relate. That's why I didn't pick him.
He just had a good character. He was like very like, yeah, practical. He was funny when he needed to be. He had like dad jokes. He was quirky. He kept his priorities straight.
This is a good list. What's like? How do you rate this? Like, what do you do?
But hold
with
on.
this?
Hold on.
It's a great list.
If it went back to the 80s, you get one from the 80s. Who are you taking?
From the
we grew
80s.
up quite a bit in the 80s too. Or at least we saw a lot
I
of
don't
TV from
remember
the 80s.
any TV shows from the 80s.
I'm taking Stephen Keaton. Family Ties. That guy was awesome. You fobs don't know what I'm talking about, huh? That's great.
What about the dad from Growing Pains? What was his name?
Yeah, okay.
He was good.
I
He
didn't
was
watch
good.
that much Growing Pains. It was a little too adult for me when I was that
Yeah,
age.
I think that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one probably.
Okay.
All right.
So who?
Nobody
all
wants to take
wait,
Cosby? Nobody wants to take
Dr.
Cliff?
Jason Seaver, you're talking about Robin Thicke's dad? Alan Thicke,
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Dr.
Yeah,
Jason
it
Seaver.
is Thick's dad. You're right.
All right, so Emad gets somebody from the 80s then too.
I'm trying to figure out what
Take
shows were
Cliff.
in the 80s.
Take Cliff,
I think-
Cosby Show. Do it. Don't be scared.
No,
That
I'm not doing that.
why
I
not?
never watched the Cosby Show.
Just pretend you
remember.
did.
You did. You
No.
did. Don't. I mean,
From
you
where-
did.
like, I mean, didn't grow up here. Literally, none of these shows are ones I know.
Small Wonder. The dad from Small Wonder.
Small Wonder is a good one.
I had a crush on the mom. I don't know
When you
why.
were like
No,
5?
you did not.
I think I watched everything late because I didn't have any cable TV. So I
Ted
probably watched it when I
Lawson.
was 10 or probably like 10, 8 or 10.
So
Ted
I've never heard
Lawson.
of Small Wonder, but we'll put Ted Lawson up on
You've
the
never
board.
heard of? Oh, I guess you're too young for that, for sure.
You don't know Small Wonder? Oh my God.
So
That's actually Ahmed's mantra, Small Wonder.
All right. So who?
I can
who
see what
wins
you're
this?
saying, Sajid.
How are we?
Right?
All right, so let's see.
How are
We
we,
got Sajid's
evaluating
team.
this?
Sajid with the first pick went Bandit Heeler. Came back
Okay.
around, got Michael Bluth in the second round. Then he went for her first animated character off the board in Bob Belcher. And then he came back with Dre Johnson, I think a really strong pick. Walter White, and honorable mention to Stephen Keaton. And we
Boom.
got Emad.
Guys, this is an all-star team. I don't think.
Emad,
You can
Emad's
go ahead and say
team,
the other names.
I love Emad's team because I feel like Emad is always bringing the humor on this podcast, and his team is probably the funniest team put together. You got Phil Dunphy, Modern Family. You got Marty Bird, Jim Halper from The Office off the board. Peter Griffin, who wasn't even on the board. Ned Stark, and honorable mention Ted Lawson. Great picks,
Ned
Emad.
Stark, really funny to you? God damn.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come
He-
on.
Well, except for Ned Stark. Sajid, I think you going with Walter White kind of inspired Emad to think drama there. Although I
Yeah.
am really
Yeah.
surprised, Emad, I'm a little disappointed. Last pick, he was right there on the board. Tony Soprano. Nobody went for Tony Soprano.
Nobody went for Tony. I looked
Dude,
at
I
that.
had to watch
uh,
that show like 7 times. I've not been
Very
able to.
conflicting views on Tony Soprano.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that's why I didn't take him.
My
you go.
last pick was
Yeah, you're
between
in New
Tony
York, right?
Soprano and Walter White. And I had to go Walter.
All right. And then we got Emmett's team. Danny Tanner, great pick off the board. Carl Winslow, back-to-back 90s TV Dad superstars. Ed Sinclair from Dinosaurs. I'm so glad you did that. I actually left them off the board on purpose to see if somebody would remember that show.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that.
But he didn't
George
remember the
Lopez,
name.
great pick. And Louis Wang from Fresh Off the Boat, another great pick. And honorable mention, Dr. Jason Seaver from Growing Pains.
Yeah.
All right. So
I
we will.
think I won the diversity Olympics. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
That's
we canceled.
DEI.
DEI
Yeah,
is
it's canceled.
now.
DEI is canceled. I forgot. Yeah.
Just for the fans, we will share your teams and vote and see who the fans like better.
This was cool.
Yeah.
Talk about a walk down memory lane. I think what's awesome is that all of these dads represent a different aspect of being a dad, right? And there's like so many different dimensions to fatherhood. And it's important to think about all these great role models that we had from
Dude, let's be honest. The dads from the 90s shows kind of sucked.
Kinda
And we're
sucked.
one dimensional.
Yeah.
I don't know, not all of them. I don't think all of them.
Well, I think they were
sucked.
one dimensional is the point.
In what
Yeah.
ways? In what ways?
And very stereotypical, no?
Like
How are they one dimensional? How was Danny Tanner one dimensional?
But Danny Tanner was always on one, like, I think he's a classic. Like, he was always in dad mode, just like very, like, focused on, the lesson and like doing it right. And he wasn't really like grappling with being a dad the way that I think more like recent, like, I think this is TV in general. Dre is a complicated dad character, whereas Danny is like a very, like, like everything is
I don't know.
dad lens.
I think Danny is also complicated. He has to deal with his kids and then having his family and friends all in one place, and like that's complicated.
I agree. He has a very complicated life, but they don't show it. They don't peel back those layers, But it's a different type
fair.
of show. Also, it's not fair
Yeah.
to like say that. It's,
Yeah.
but like this, the sitcom, like the literal situational comedy of the 80s and 90s was very formulaic. Everything from the way the living rooms were
Yeah.
to the camera angles, and I think something happened in the 2000s that really like blew that open, and The Office was a big part of that, of course, too. But yeah, it's interesting. I think like some of the dads on here are funny as like almost like what you don't want to be, right?
Totally.
And then maybe one or two are in the whole list is probably what you would.
I'm
actually
kind of
be.
surprised no one chose Homer Simpson.
I feel like PETA represents Homer.
Yeah, but Homer's like the most popular dad on this board.
Yes, on time for sure.
I think that's probably why we didn't pick
It
him,
is
right?
in-
He's like
yeah.
too popular. It's like
Yeah, it would be
it's-
too
it's
obvious.
like vanilla.
Yeah.
It's too vanilla. Yeah.
It's also like his character is also slightly unrelatable to us.
Not choking our kids.
I was
that often.
surprised Bandit Heeler went first.
Bandit Heeler.
Yeah.
Good. He's hard to compete with.
Well, good lessons, good conversations. We're on tap to do, I guess, TV Moms next time, which will be quite exciting, quite interesting.
Because we're doing TV Moms, we need pictures. Like it's gonna be hard to do it without.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. My memory's not that great. Remember?
We're going to cap it at that. I think that's a perfect place to
That's
end.
a pre-canceled episode.
Yeah.
Pre-canceled episode
Oh,
where
we
we're
gotta
canceling
cancel.
it ourselves. Non-Sensors, thanks so much for joining, for watching. As always, rate, like, and subscribe. We are at Nonsense Show on Instagram and on YouTube. You could also email us. We want to hear from you at nonsenseshow@gmail.com. So reach out, and we'll see you next time. See ya.
Thank you. I wish I could have picked Tim Taylor. That guy's awesome.
Ooh, Tim Taylor.
Tim the Toolman Taylor. Oh God. Wilson. Awesome.
But his character,
That's the problem.
like, that's the thing. I can't separate that.
He didn't age well.